I am back with Halley this week, and I am just so excited. We have a lot to talk about, I think.
We always do.
That's true too.
Yes.
Like these could be 4-hour episodes if life was a different way.
It's so true. And sometimes they are in that we maybe don't share the full several hours. I don't
That's
know
a
if
good
people
point too.
yeah, like sometimes you and I'll just keep chatting.
Yes. Yeah. Some of you guys don't get to hear all of it.
So
We're
sorry,
being
that's
we're being
exclusive.
suspenseful, but
Yeah.
it fits. So I guess we kind of typically start if we've like watched or read anything that we've liked recently. I am watching Pluribus. Have you watched any of Pluribus?
No, I haven't, but how is
Okay.
it? Because I love Vince Gill. Liked
Mhm.
Breaking Bad a lot, thought it was a great piece of art, but the one that I revisit is Better
Better
Call
Call
Saul.
Saul.
I love that show. And Rhea
Seahorn.
yeah, Seahorn in it is so good. So I'm excited
She's
about
so
what
talented.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Better Call Saul is like a lot better than a lot of people knew. I think a lot of people didn't even I mean it went on long enough that clearly people were watching, but I think a lot of people didn't realize like it's worth it too.
Yeah.
So yes, so Pluribus, so here's where I stand. We're through episode 6 of 10 now. So there are 4 left. We're past the midpoint. The midpoint was good.
Okay.
There's a very good I explained Save the Cat to Tyler a little while ago because like we would go to movies and I'd be like putting it into my
Right.
phone.
Like, this is
And when we got to that episode at the end, he was like, "Is this the midpoint?" And I was like, "Yes, it is, sir."
we're like, and the student becomes the master.
Yes. So but okay, it's not going to be for everyone, even more than like Severance isn't for everyone. Like it is there so here are like the vibes. First, I saw someone on Threads last night say like Pluribus is the show for people who like can put their phones down and watch. There's not all this like expository like over explaining stuff, and they also go these long stretches without like talking, especially at the beginning of most of the episodes, so much so that we kind of make a joke. Tyler's like how long until someone's gonna talk, so like you have to actually be watching, so the visuals are stunning. And then even like the color grading, which this was reminding me of Breaking Bad, was like one of the first shows I binged like a lot of people because it hit Netflix at that time. And so then we got to watch like the last 2 episodes of the entire series like live with everyone essentially. And I remember being in the subreddit and like Vince Gilligan is so meticulous with colors.
Yes.
And it was so fun to like read about. This one is like so the same. So like not a spoiler to be like if you pay attention to how much almost everything is yellow and blue.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. It does make it feel so cohesive. So it's like very visual. It is a very slow burn. There is nothing fast, not even a shred of it's almost like literary TV kind of is what I would almost say.
I totally agree. And I think that's what Vince Gill is doing too, where it's like
Yeah.
he's weaving in like throughout any of his projects all of those small details that are all going to pay off and all matter and are symbolic.
Yeah.
Like you said, the color grading and this means this and like framing certain shots to give like it is a rich text as they
Yes. Yeah, that's what's still fun about it for me even. So it's one of those things where in general, I don't know, like I know I wouldn't recommend it to everyone if that makes sense. I mean it does. We've talked about books that way even.
Sure.
But if you what I think is what I really enjoyed about it, it's starting to kind of be not a little bit more black and white. It's definitely still not a black and white show, but so much of it, like, and the gist, I guess, for anyone who didn't even know at all what it's about is like a virus happens and everyone on the earth is like all of a sudden smiling and really happy and just like vacant is all you really need to know to go into the first episode because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
So I won't even explain much past that, but the one character, there's one woman who is like not sucked into it, and it's Carol, who's Rhea Seahorn. And it's exploring, like, I think it's exploring individualism
Mhm.
versus community, but also versus hive mind.
Mhm.
And so it's not taking a really clear stance on anything. And I think that it's impressive. Like, not in a weak way, just in a like, we're living in a lot of gray areas and you just don't know where, you just don't even know where the like conclusion is going for this first season. So
Okay.
that's my complicated review of it.
That sounds great. You're selling me
Yeah.
on it. I want to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you'll love it. And it's just, he's really good at stories.
Yeah, he is. And he does, I don't know if he does this in Pluribus, but it was such a hallmark of both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul to do sort of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like asynchronous. Like it wasn't always
Mm,
linear. Like you'd see something at the beginning of a season that was
yes.
actually like the end and like,
There's a
all
lot
the,
of time hopping,
yes. Yeah.
especially even in the pilot.
Hmm. Ooh,
So
very
it's very
cool.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay, I got to watch it so we can talk about it.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you a Dexter
I'm not a
person?
Dexter
Okay.
person.
Okay.
I
That
kind
was
of
the other
missed
thing.
it the first time around, and
Mhm.
so
Oh yeah,
I
there's a
need
lot
to,
to, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then
It's
there's
really good. I
yeah.
finally watched it, but I think I've talked with other people who did watch it.
Mhm.
So you guys can go listen to another episode. But if you're Dexter fans, uh Resurrection is so good. It was
Okay.
like, anyone who loves Dexter knows that it was one of the most notoriously terrible finales.
Oh,
Like,
really?
so bad, like almost unanimously. There is like almost no one who liked the finale. It is so bad. And the fact that this is even called Resurrection, but so was, I can't remember what it was when there was a previous season
Yeah.
too. But like they're in the stride of like OG Dexter. That's how I would recommend that
Okay.
one.
I
Mhm.
now for whatever reason that review that the finale is so bad is almost selling me. Slash, I want you to tell me off camera. We don't want
Yeah,
to spoil it for everybody. I want to know like what made it so awful.
yeah, yeah. I can't. Did you? I don't think you watched Game of Thrones. Did you watch Game of
I
Thrones?
did watch Game of
Okay,
Thrones, and I
so
do have a lot of thoughts about it.
in some way, you know how like that just felt disjointed, and it didn't feel like it fit the characters. I can tell you more off camera or whatever, but that was the gist of it. Like, is that same feeling where you're like, why did you do this? Like,
Yeah.
this doesn't feel like the same show.
Game of Thrones at least had the excuse. Here's what I think happened with Game of Thrones is that the pacing was so off because they were waiting for George R. R. Martin to come out with the books.
To finish it.
And so you've got these seasons, like I could argue the like Theon torture season was like way too slow, but like especially in the beginning, they're like
Oh,
taking their time and setting these beautiful scenes and like everything
yes.
like very intimate and like you're like doing all this character development and then
The
by the
world
end they were
building.
like we got to wrap this up and like so it just I think I put a lot of blame on the showmakers, but I also think they ran into an issue of like we
I
trying
know.
to get him to write the books first, and then it
I
just
think so
didn't
too.
happen. Yeah,
I think that was a huge part of it. They
yeah.
weren't their characters. They were adapting them.
By the way, we're never getting those books. I read those books, and we're
Oh
never getting
my
those goddamn books.
gosh.
That man is not going to finish that series before he dies. I believe it in my heart, and he's just like,
Oh,
I got HBO money, like it's
he's
over.
like, I'm tired.
Totally, and like honestly,
And rich.
totally. He has my sympathy for one thing, which is like I do think the show probably finished out what was his vision, but it probably
Hmm.
in the books would have developed a little more organically, and
Hmm.
everyone hated it. So if I was a writer and people knew how my series was going to end and everyone hated it, I don't know that. First of all, I love
I
that.
know. There's nothing subtle about it. For people who aren't watching, I have a water bottle to try to save the podcast from Bruce now. And I was
um,
trying to be sneaky, but it does look like I'm just like wielding a weapon all of a sudden.
well, you did it so like gently and sweetly. You were just kind of like, like I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know.
I know. Super soaker.
Yeah. Anyway, he has my empathy, and that I can imagine it would be really hard to have a series that's like your life's work,
Yeah.
like the thing you're known for, and a show finishes out the end, and literally everybody went, what a terrible fucking ending.
Yeah. It
I
was
think I'd
tough.
be like, yeah, I'm not finishing that book either. No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, have you watched anything you have liked?
I did.
Nice.
I watched a couple. One that I watched that I was really into was Death by Lightning on
Ooh.
Netflix. It is short. It's like 4 episodes, hour-long episodes. It's historical. It's got a crazy good cast. It's Michael
Ooh.
Shannon, Matthew McFadden, lately of Succession, Tom Wamsgans, and
Mm.
Betty Gilpin is in it, who I love from Glow
Ooh.
and other stuff. And so it's about the assassination of President James Garfield
Okay.
by Charles Guiteau, and it's not a corner of history I was like familiar with at all, and
No,
it was
same.
very well done, very interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's intriguing.
yeah,
Dude,
very well
I
acted.
I frequently forget that Matthew McFadden is Mr. Darcy or was Mr. Darcy. I'm always like, what?
Never forget it. Although you're right, his like actor persona now, it's so
Yeah.
is not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, like the timing of when I also like watched Pride and Prejudice. Like I was in like high school
Mm,
and like at home. So it's almost like a childhood memory. And
yeah.
then in some ways, Succession was like the next time I like watched him more as an adult. And I remember being like, wait a second, what? Like these are the
Totally.
same people.
So different. And he's so good in Succession. He has the like
Yeah.
exact right vibe. But like that actually interestingly translates to this character in a weird way. It feels
Oh
like
yeah.
casting where it's almost, I wouldn't say meta casting because there's no but like there are ways to see parallels between his character in Succession and this character
Nice.
who was based on a real life person, but like this sort
Right.
of I mean like internalizes the wrong lessons about the rich and successful. And it's really good.
A little relevant. It's
Yeah.
almost like it's baked into our history.
Right. It's almost like it's part of the fabric of America. Yeah.
It has a 91% on Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
it's
That's
really good.
impressive.
I
I
fully
can't believe
expect
I
there.
hadn't heard about it
Yeah,
yet.
I expect there to be some Emmy noms coming out from it. So
Ooh. Yeah, because what's what I want to watch on Netflix? The Beast in Me.
I watched that too.
Oh,
I
I
like.
haven't watched it yet. That's
Oh
the one I want to watch on Netflix, but like I haven't been in Netflix as much.
yeah,
So maybe that's why I didn't see the other one.
it's really good. Beast
Oh,
was another one I watched.
I love Claire Danes too
He's
so
great.
much, and Matthew Reese.
Yeah.
Like, have we talked about The Americans ever?
No, because I haven't watched it.
Okay. Oh my
I know.
god,
They
that
got
is
you on
still like one of my favorites of all time.
there.
Like, there's so much I remember about that show,
Yeah.
so I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What did I just finish reading? Oh, I finished reading Everyone is Lying to You by Joe Piazza.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
because
I love it.
Gare loved it. I didn't get it on NetGalley when it came out. I think it came out in September.
Yeah, I went to her book event in LA all the
Oh,
time too.
nice.
Yeah.
So have you read it or did you go to the event?
I haven't read it yet, but I did go to
Okay.
the event, which was great. She did it, I think with Jordy from
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, which was really cool. And then so I was there with sorry, I've digressed, but I was there with
No.
Stephanie Roble and who wrote The Hitchcock Hotel and Darling Rose Gold. And I was also there with Amanda Pellegrino, who wrote Social Climber and Smile Look Pretty. And so, authors turning out to support authors. And
Yes.
we don't know Joe Piazza, but for some reason she thinks she recognizes Stephanie and that they like lived in Philadelphia together because she kept like pointing to her and being like, back in Philadelphia. And we'd like turn and look at her and Stephanie was just like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
we were all just like, we don't know. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what that was about, but it
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
so funny.
That well, you answered my question because I was also about to be like, do you know her? Because like I'm
No.
trying to interview her. And we'll see. She has not seen my DM, and that's okay, however it plays out. But it is so good. Like I should
Okay.
have listened to it. I also listened to it. So if you like audiobooks, the two narrators are amazing. I really liked both of them. But it is about a woman, Lizzie, who her like best friend, who they mysteriously, or we don't know why, they had a fallout at the end of college, and she hasn't heard from her in years, and now her friend Bex is, I think she has 11 million followers, is the
Wow.
type of like successful influencer that she
Mhm.
is. And so she's kind of like stalked her, but like they haven't talked in forever, and all of a sudden Bex sends her a DM and like says she wants to reconnect.
Mm.
And thriller trad wife version ensues, basically. It is so good. So I am not saying this about like anyone specifically. There have been some influencer novels that feel gimmicky,
Yeah.
or it's just, it's like I feel like that's, it doesn't feel like totally developed. Like, well, I guess that's what gimmicky is. Like, it's like, oh, this is popular, so I'll write a story about it. And so I'd kind of gotten burnt out just a little bit on
Sure.
them. This one, you can like, the best way I can describe it, you can feel how she is chronically online.
Uh-huh.
You can feel like the naming of like she meets up with her at a convention called Mom Bomb. And like, is that not so like trad wife influencer culture?
Totally.
Some of her pop culture references are amazing. And then like the satire is just like deadly. So
Okay.
it is so much fun, and it made me, it was like the refresher I needed for the influencer thriller.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And trad wife space is so fascinating,
Yeah.
endlessly fascinating. And then I'm also like,
Mhm.
and this isn't about the Joe Piazza book. This is actually quite literally about my feelings about the fact that I'm watching that stupid Mormon TikTok wives show where I'm like,
That's what I was going to tell you. It reminded me so much of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
and I'm like, I'm consuming that culture. Am I part of the problem because I'm like normalizing it in the mainstream, you know? Like it's,
Right.
but we're in that moment. Yeah.
I, and I don't know that it's like, I don't know that anyone thinks it's aspirational, I guess, is the other part of that show.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't think we're pretending that like the relationships are healthy either.
No, I hope not.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. But yeah, okay. That one, you knocked that one up a peg on my reading list. I got to read it. I got to check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I think it's like right at about 300 pages.
Okay.
If we just giggle for no reason, it's probably because I'm shooting off warning shots of water.
Yeah, exactly. Like not aiming to hit yet, but we will. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Are you reading something, or did you finish anything you loved?
so I just finished one I loved, which I think you've read too. So I'll mention that. But then
Mm.
I'm also in the middle of reading one that I'm loving, and I had to put it down because of a couple like work engagement type stuff that
Ugh,
like took precedence, but I am so eager to get back to it. So the one that I finished and I loved was Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Did you read that
yes.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, I
really
listened
liked
to it.
it. Yeah,
I did
I want
too.
your I want to hear your thoughts about it. I like there are things that I could note in it that I was like, okay, I wasn't sure about this or this,
Same.
or I wanted a few things to develop a little faster, but like her world building in it was
That
so
part.
incredible and so fun
Yes.
and up my
It was
alley
so
and
fun.
so fun.
And I'm
And it was
assuming if you live in LA, it's even cooler, because it's like
totally,
I felt like I knew some of the places just because I've read books or watched reality TV, but like if you live there, it's got to be even cooler.
totally. And so it's like she's naming things and she kind of gives them like she's coming up with her own world that she's sort of setting on top of Los Angeles, but like there are
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, I think you're talking about this and I think you're talking about that. And it just
Mm,
like it really scratched an itch for me of the sort of like idea of like a magical version of Hollywood where old Hollywood like
yes.
lives alongside current Hollywood, and
Yeah.
there were a bunch of noir-ish elements in there, and like
Yes.
it was really fun.
I agree. Yeah, it was the same. It was a 4 out of 5 for me as well. There were some aspects that I felt like it was like, why is there so much of this? This doesn't make sense to me. But it's really, really fun. So,
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah, there were a couple of things. There was like a big reveal at the end where I was like, "Oh, that's interesting," but now you've opened up a whole bigger question I have about this that I don't. Where is that going to go? And
Mm.
I think she's setting it up hopefully for
It
a
is a series, I
yeah,
think.
and like stuff like talking about her twin sister, and she never actually showed up on
Mhm.
the page, and so I was curious about that, and like,
Mhm.
but overall, it was just like I can't remember the last time I enjoyed world building in a book as much as I did with
Yes.
that one. So that was really fun.
Yeah, it was. I agree. And it's narrated by gosh, why don't I just Google it? Like I do have, she's a theater,
Oh,
she's the main star in Younger, that
Sutton
TV.
Foster,
Yes.
who's just
Sutton Foster narrates it. Yep.
she and Hugh Grant just left their spouses for each other.
That's who I was about to be like, she's with Hugh Grant, but then I was like, I don't want to describe her by the man she's with.
Good call. Good call. I did immediately. That's on me. That's my
No. I mean, I was thinking about it too, though. That's messy, whatever's going on there.
It is indeed messy, and I'm living.
And I honestly, I don't, I mean, people speculated. I thought he was like more gay.
Everybody
I
think that
I thought that's what we were going to find out. So this was like, what?
yeah, shocking. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's bisexual, but also I know
True.
we totally need to speculate, but it's
Right.
out there.
We don't need to speculate, but we will. And we're human. And then
I don't think he's going to be hurt by it.
no, I think he's doing okay.
He's okay.
And also, not that there's anything wrong. You know, there's like
no, yeah, we're not saying it like that either.
We're just nosy.
Yes,
and
he's in a lot of musicals.
Exactly. So I finished that one and I loved it. And the one that I'm in the middle of that I am excited to get back to, schedule permitting, is crikey, I'm so sorry. Vantage Point by Sarah Sliger.
Ooh, you are the second person in 24 hours to bring that book up to me.
Who was Amy Meyerson the first?
No, but it was an Amy that I'm friends with on Bookstagram. So that's even crazier that you said Amy then too. So it must be like making rounds.
Knows her like in real life, and I know you just spoke with her, but
yeah. But you guys are friends. Is that what you said?
We're
like
friendly.
Colleagues.
I would love to be more closer friends to her, but like she lives in LA. We've like gone to each other's like events and different stuff.
Nice.
She's brilliant. She's a brilliant writer. Loved her first book, Take Me Apart. This book, I think I'm liking even more. It's like based on what is considered, I think, the first American horror novel from the 1700s. But she's updated it. So it's about this very wealthy family, the Whelans, who live in Maine. And their family is like so famous and wealthy that they have a curse. And so in the month of April, bad things happen to the Whelans. Like somebody was on the Titanic, and like she has these like great Wikipedia articles within the book that are like all the grisly ways that they've died. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, when the book starts, she's got her brother's about to run for Senate, and then terrible photos and videos of her come out. But she's like, I don't remember. And I can't tell if I don't remember because I was partying a lot or because I have body dysmorphia from my eating disorder or are these deep fakes. And then it kind of jumps off from there. And it's so good.
It is so good. It is. I didn't realize it was, I mean, maybe I knew. I read it when I feel like it was last year that it came out, right?
Yeah.
Or was it the very beginning? I don't know.
It was the very beginning of this year, but it could have been last year, but it's been out for a bit.
Yeah. So maybe I knew at the time, but I didn't know that it was kind of based off of another horror novel. But it is such a cool blend of the gothic thriller with like the tech era. You like don't expect those to come together, and she does. It's so uniquely atmospheric because of it.
Totally. And yeah, I'm loving it.
It was so good. Yeah. It got a new cover here recently. I can't believe someone randomly. I cannot believe I was talking about that book yesterday and saying the same thing to her. I was like, it was so long ago that I can't remember when it was.
Yeah.
And now I've talked about it again, but I saw a new cover and I kind of liked it better.
Yeah, maybe for the paperback launch or something.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. What about you? What have you read and loved lately?
So what was the other one that I just finished here recently? Oh, I read Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson.
Yeah, was it good?
So I really enjoyed it. Like I didn't read haven't read Black Cake yet. That was like the one that a lot of people know about, and then it's a show on Hulu. But I think from what I read in the synopsis of that, I think she's really, really talented at like multi-generational stories, and like very like it jumps around like generations and location, and like uh it's very, yeah, it's just like very fluid. Sometimes you're getting chapters from someone that you only get like 2 or 3 chapters from in the whole book, but she's really good at like telling, like this one even has suspense to it, even though it kind of feels like contemporary fiction or something. But well, I guess it's historical too though, because it goes back. But it basically is about the daughter of an affluent Black family piecing together the connection between a childhood tragedy and a beloved heirloom. And I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
But there is like this mystery thread going through it, but it also, it, I think it feels like literary fiction too, I guess, is maybe even what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really, her prose is really beautiful. She uses it to talk about a lot of things. And January Lavoie narrates it, which is a big favorite for a lot of people. So
Nice.
but like Audible has been having insane sales. So I think I got it for like $3.99, and I was like, if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Right.
And it sounded like I would like it. But yeah, check Audible sales.
Okay.
People.
Good PSA.
Yes, this is my moment, or my, I don't know. You already said it. The PSA.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine.
Are you a seasonal reader at all? Like, are there certain things you like to read in the winter? Not necessarily like Christmas or holiday, but like
I'm really not.
Mhm.
In a mostly it does not, it doesn't change. Like, I mean, this one was, the season wasn't very related, but no, it doesn't make me like read more like thrillers in the snow or anything. Do you?
Sometimes, like I find myself,
Mm-hmm.
but it's they're kind of odd. Like I like to read like Victorian mysteries or nonfiction. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I have that on my bookshelf, I'm like, oh, that's very wintry. You know what I mean? Even if it's
Yeah.
not set in the winter or anything. Like I have one that's staring
And
into space that I might read about Jack the Ripper. Like I don't know. There's certain like I don't know.
yeah.
I'm like it's British
And
summer
it's not like
winter.
winter for you. That's like the other thing that was just like dawning on me though. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not like cold.
No, it's 79 degrees today in LA.
Oh my gosh. It hit 39, and we were grateful this morning because we've had frozen snow and ice for like 8 or 9 days. And it was raining, and now it's snowing again, and it's like in the 20s.
That's illegal. That should be illegal.
I know. I was telling Tyler because I was thinking about like a recap post of 20, I almost said 2026. I'm so in the future. Um, but I was telling him, like, I was remembering how I drove up when I drove up to Wisconsin to see Steph and
Lane.
Lane. Thank you. My God.
I knew. I was like, I know
I
who
almost called her Fargo, and I was like, that is not
Fargo.
her name. That is a place. Anyway, uh how she was like, oh my gosh, I just sent Hallie a picture and she'll be jealous. And I was like, it is 2 degrees right now. And you're like, no, I'm not even jealous anymore.
No, I was jealous of the two of you getting to spend time
Right.
together and able to do that. And then the weather, and Lane does that all the time. So like I'm on a writer group chat with her, Wendy Hurd,
Uh-huh.
and the three of us. And so Wendy is based in LA too. So Lane will be like, oh yeah, wind chill, it's -2. And we're both just like, what? Like, no.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's a little cold today. It's like 63. You might want to put on a sweater, you know?
Ugh. Yeah, we are. It was so cold last week. Like it was like 7 degrees out when Bruce would still demand his walk. And it's like a problem because he will stay out there until he like can't keep his feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Oh,
I'm sorry, it has to be shorter. Like I can't
yeah.
carry you all the time.
Poor baby.
It gets so cold.
Oh,
But do you want to talk about some 2026 ones?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, I don't understand it. What's funny is I ended up not picking any of the ones for January, but like I was starting to do planning, and I'm like, I have like 8 people I want to talk to in January, and I'm like,
Good
this
problem
isn't
to
gonna
have.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out in 2026.
Yeah. Yeah, there
I
is.
mean, always, but
Always, but
it's still exciting.
totally. My first pick is a January pick.
Nice.
And I feel like I'm the only person on earth who hasn't gotten to read it yet because this arc has been making its way around, but I am waiting. Ashley Winstead's The Future Saints. I am
Yes.
so excited for this book. It's been getting great reviews. I love her
Mhm.
work. I know it's also like deeply personal to her in many ways.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to read it. Have you gotten to read it yet?
I haven't read it yet. I have it. I think I forgot it was January until Gare brought it up recently because he read it
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, and it's like next month. And I was like, what?
Well, also the fact that next month is 2026 is still blowing my mind.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
I think the cover made me think
Summer.
June.
Yeah.
And like that was what was like stuck in my brain. So anyway, I have not read it yet. Did I just see? Did she just No, that was May Cobb. Did you see May Cobb just posted that Malin Ackerman is going to narrate All the Little Houses, her new one in January?
That's so
And
cool.
she was in The Hunting Wives for anyone who's kind of like wondering what that cool connection is. But I was like, that's another one in January. It wasn't necessarily one of my picks, but
yeah.
I'm excited
Good for
for
May.
it too.
That's awesome. That rocks.
I know. I'm so happy that it did so well.
Yes.
I got a second season.
Yeah. Everybody was talking about that show. I watched it a couple of times. It was fun.
Yes, it is very fun.
Soap opera.
Yes. But for people who don't know about The Future Saints, it is kind of like, what am I seeing? I don't have it right in front of me. I know it's about a girl in a band, and it's kind of like Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah, I think it's getting compared to Taylor Jenkins Reid a lot, which I think is probably about the content, but also about like being
character
age writing about like, so it's the band I think is called The Future Saints, and the lead singer, I don't remember her name, but I think it's set often in LA, and her sister dies in like a freak surfing accident, I think, and the sister was the band's manager, and so she's kind of like losing her mind with grief and acting out, and then also at the same time is like, I think it's a dual POV with the new kind of like band manager or person who's kind of like trying to get them to. I think she writes a song that's like about her grief, and it really takes off, and like they're being propelled into like new heights of success. Yeah. While at the same moment, it's like her worst moment in the world, and she's like falling apart. And so I think they get like either a new manager or a band label person who's trying to like keep them together long enough to like ride this wave of success. And also I think starts to fall in love with her, and it's this like, I don't know. I honestly, like, tell me Ashley Winstead wrote a book and I'll buy it. Like that's where we're at with that. So like premise sounds great, but I'm like, even if I didn't like it, you'd be buying it.
So like I definitely didn't know the whole synopsis when I requested it. I was just like, please. Can I please have this? Yeah, and Gare is an Easter egg. He is in the book.
Oh my
so
God,
that's exciting.
Cool. How exciting.
Yeah, so that part's fun too.
That's rad.
I know. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one too, if anyone could not tell. But this was a fun one that I just got from a publicist, Kathleen Carter, if anyone cares, to know. But she's been sending me some good ones lately. Did you read, or I don't think you did, Dark Sisters by Christy DeMeester?
No, but I just got a Book of the Month notification about it like the other day.
Yes, it's so good. It just came out yesterday as of when we're recording, but she's been sending me some really fun books, and there's one coming out on March 24th called The Fortune Tellers of Rue de Rue by Alessia Solnikova Gilmore.
I saw that on NetGalley.
I just saw that and she ended up sending me that link, and then I saw it too. I was like, oh, I know that one. Yeah. But since I read historical fiction now, sometimes typically if there's female rage involved, a fearless fortune teller in 1920s Paris must use her powers to divine who she can trust when an exiled Romanov princess and her brother come to her seeking answers about a decades-old mystery.
Ooh.
Doesn't it just sound fun and unique and vibey?
Sounds right up my alley. Like many a woman my age, I was obsessed with the Anastasia movie when it came out.
Yes.
And, like, had a full Romanoff era. I wrote a play and made all of my friends perform it. Like,
oh, I love that.
Yeah. I don't know that they loved me for it, but I was like, here's everyone's parts. I'm going to be a director.
You had a vision.
I had a vision. Yeah.
Yeah. So also sneak peek, she will be on the podcast in March. So
cool. cool.
Just have to wait like 3 months.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, that one, I just saw it the other day. I went on NetGalley and it definitely caught
Mhm.
my eye. And now I'm even more excited. Sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's very unique.
Yeah. Okay, my next one
Mhm.
is a book called Vigil by George Saunders. I don't know if have you read any George Saunders?
No.
So he was a big staple of a lot of my like literary education, which can sometimes be creepy. Not creepy. Creepy is the wrong word.
Uh-huh.
What do I mean? I mean, there are certain men who make it into like every MFA and creative writing genre, and you're kind of like, okay. George Saunders
Okay.
is not one of those for me. He has this like, he's very funny. He's got this kind of ebullient language. He wrote a collection of short stories called Civil War Land and Bad Decline that's about like a
Okay.
Civil War themed amusement park. And like, it's
Ooh.
so, but his, one of the last books I read of his, oh God, I have a funny story. I can tell it on the podcast. I didn't realize I was going in this direction when I told you and it just conjured up. So his book that came out a while ago is called Lincoln in the Bardo, and it's about
Oh, yeah.
Lincoln's son, Willie, died while Lincoln was in office. And there are like historians who theorize that like Willie's death ultimately changed like a lot of Lincoln's policies around the Civil War and like freeing enslaved people and different things. And so it's a book that's written both, it's written in like verse, and also he takes
Oh, wow.
historical documents and like cuts them up. And so you're like getting these like interesting historical pictures. I don't even know how to describe this, but it is like fully a work of genius. And then it's
Okay.
about like the spirits in the Bardo, which is like the in-between place. Like, and Lincoln goes to visit Willie's crypt and says goodbye to him the last time, and these spirits are like trying to talk to Lincoln, and it like
Wow.
ultimately it's so good. And so I love his stuff. If you want to hear a really embarrassing story about me, I
That's what we're here for.
so I revere his writing. I think he's a great writer, and he's like, if you ever get the chance to hear him speak, he's wonderful. He's so smart and funny off the cuff. So my friend and I went to him speak when he was in LA when I was in grad school, and we waited like an hour and a half in the signing line to get him to sign Lincoln in the Bardo. And I got up there, and he said, "How's it going?" And I said, "I think I'm in love with you, but you're married, so I'll just have to be in love with you from afar." And he said, "Thank you." And he signed my book, and away
Oh
I went.
my gosh. That's what I'm always scared is gonna happen. I'm just like not even gonna know what I'm saying.
I lived it. I lived it. And he took it very generously. He was like, "Okay, thank you. That's
Cool.
nice. You can be in love from afar." And I was like, "Yes, sir." And then just like off I go.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, Vigil by George Saunders
Uh-huh.
says takes place at the bedside of an oil company CEO in the twilight hours of his life as he is ferried from this world into the next. So it's looks like it follows a person. I'll read this whole. Not for the
Yeah.
first time, Jill Dahl Blaine falls herself hurtling toward Earth, reconstituting as she falls, right down to her favorite black pumps. She plummets towards her newest charge, yet another soul she must usher into the afterlife, and lands headfirst in the circular drive of his ornate mansion. So I think it's about these two people, this woman who died and is now reincarnated as somebody who like helps people transition into the afterlife, and basically a billionaire, and like maybe being forced to reckon with the sins that he has like committed here on Earth. But like George Saunders again for me is another person where it's like I'm gonna buy that book. It's
Yes.
coming out, I'm buying it.
It sounds like he's very interested in death and the afterlife,
Yeah.
and maybe like morality is the vibe I'm getting then too, because both of those sound like they kind of address that, both of those things.
Yeah, I would say that's true without ever really being preachy or like
Right.
moralistic about it. But I think he's kind of exploring often in his work, like what makes a good life, what makes a good
Mhm.
person, like, and kind of trying to get at that, all while writing delightful prose that's genius level, but also like hilariously fun. Like
Oh,
he
that's
is very
awesome.
funny and very smart at the same time, and it's just a delight.
That is how I have felt about every single Percival Everett book I have
Yes,
read.
yes,
Like it's digestible prose, and he's so funny.
yes.
He's so funny.
Totally. Totally. And it's like people like Percival Everett or George Saunders, not just men, but like plenty of writers, where it's like
Yeah.
you can marry the highbrow and still be like, but I also want to tell a good story. And like I
Yeah.
so appreciate that of like,
Yes.
well, like I love well-crafted prose, but I'm also get a little annoyed when people are like, let's be
Totally.
honest about
I
the
don't go
feelings.
full purple prose, even though I'm covered in purple right now.
I love it.
It becomes too much for me.
Yeah.
Well, I Lincoln and the Bardo is one of those titles that I've like heard.
Mhm.
I don't think I'd even really seen the cover, but it's one of those random titles where I was like, oh yeah, I've heard this title, but I knew nothing about it. And now I'm like, okay, so
I I
now I
think
need
you'd
to
like
read
it. It's
this.
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Fascinating. Oh, Harley just woke up.
Oh no.
Okay. So another one that I am super excited for that just sounds very unique. I was in my like what's out there that like is so interesting to me on my NetGalley shelf. But it's called The Story Eaters of Yam by Kevin Hinker. It comes out on June 16th. But this is like the one sentence, but I almost feel like this might be one where I should read the whole one. But an irreverent, suspenseful, profoundly original novel about a group of science fiction writers hired to game plan an alien invasion, led by Larry, a struggling novelist who can't perceive time.
Oh my god. Okay, that
Like
sounds great.
that alone, and the cover is like really, it's really cool. Like the cover is even very unique and colorful. I love some pinks, and I think there's some pinks and yellows. Um, but yeah, I love sci-fi, and then this sounds like a very meta take about writing about sci-fi writers and kind of a sci-fi genre.
Totally.
So yeah, I am uniquely intrigued by this one.
Love that.
Yeah.
Sounds great. It sounds great. And I'm going to look up the cover. What did you say it
Hmm.
was called? I'm sorry.
It's called The Story Eaters of Yam, and it's YAMM by Kevin Hinker, is what I'm guessing, or Hinker.
Um, ooh. Ooh, this does look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also sorry. I should have
Oh, you're okay.
labeled this. I'm doped to the gills on allergy medications. I don't know
Oh,
what's going
same.
on. Okay, cool.
I have bronchitis and it's like
Great.
not going away, which is the nature of bronchitis.
Yeah.
So I had two interviews the last 2 days. And with both of them, I started off and I was like, if I say something totally dumb, it's because I am cycling through Benadryl and albuterol right now.
Yeah. Maybe I have something going on like that too. I've been hitting my inhaler like a crazy person.
Yes,
Not
me
normal.
too. And I felt like I had a cold the week before Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
And so then I think it just did not.
Morphed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm
Because it's just
sorry.
been kind of since then. But we're just so cool. We're so
We're
bookish.
so cool. We're in the allergy girl club. It's amazing.
Yes, we are.
Different parts of the country, different climates, and some
Yes.
still happening. Um, sorry, go ahead.
I just randomly, are you gonna see Hamnet?
Yeah, I am. Have you seen it?
No, and I didn't know if I like in general I knew about it a couple months ago. I was like, I don't know, like Shakespeare isn't like I'm not like passionate about Shakespeare. And then I've seen all the press about it and I'm like I have to go see it, but everyone says you're going to ugly cry
That's what
in public.
that's the reason I've been putting it off is
Same.
I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood to just
I
sob,
know.
but
I
like
know.
I do want to see it for sure. Yeah.
I know, just like the interviews from all of them, like the director. I don't know if she's Chloe or Chloe because there's an accent on the E, but her interviews are amazing. Paul Mescal, Jesse Buckley, like their interviews are like, okay, well, I have to see this story.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I love Jessie Buckley. She's in a very interesting serial killer one that came out a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
The Beast. Let me check. Almost like I have this amazing. Oh no, I think it's just called Beast.
Oh, it's just called Beast.
A British psychological thriller film. In a small island community, a troubled young woman falls for a mysterious outsider who empowers her to escape her oppressive family. When he comes under suspicion for a series of murders, she defends him at all costs.
Wow.
It was good.
I need to watch that. I saw her in. I did watch The Lost Daughter. That's what I'm realizing I saw her in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I haven't seen her in. I haven't seen that. But yeah, everyone is saying her performance is like insane,
Yeah, she's great.
as well as Paul. I think he's so talented, and
He's so talented.
I really hope he's actually one of the good guys, or at least good enough, you know.
I know. It's such a minefield. Oh my god, I have so many things to say here. It's such a
Go for
minefield
it.
to like a male actor at this point. Like I
I know.
obsessed with Josh O'Connor, and I'm like, please just don't
Yes.
be a dick. You know, like please don't
Yes.
do something bad for many reasons. My being a fan is not the number one reason not to do something bad, but like
No.
just
But just
let
please
me.
don't. That's how I felt. That's how I feel about every clip I see of Jonathan Bailey and David Corn Sweat.
Yeah,
I'm like, can they both be as good as I think they are?
I know.
Please.
I have to believe. I do believe in my heart Jonathan Bailey is one of the
I
greatest.
think Jonathan
We
Bailey's,
never know. We think we
yeah,
know these people and we don't know, you know?
they're actors. Like sometimes it's so easy to forget, like, oh, they give moving performances, but I'm like, I know what they're like.
Totally. I know them. That's the very parasocial of it all. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm super excited about Hamnet, but the other one that now
Oh
we're
yeah.
talking about this, speaking of Josh O'Connor, Dead Men
Is what is it that he's about to be in? What is he about to be in?
Dead Men, the Benoit
Oh,
Blanc,
yes.
Men Knives Out or something like that, or
Wake
like
Up Dead Man.
Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah, Wake Up Dead Man. And I am so excited for it.
We saw it in theaters.
Was it good?
So freaking good.
Okay,
So good.
yeah.
Um so without spoiling anything, it's, I mean, I think anyone who's seen the promotional materials knows that it's like mostly taking place in a like a church, but what is it called when it's like that big?
Like a rectory, and
A
it's
rect, maybe.
maybe that's
Maybe that's what
where
it
the
is.
priests live, but I know there's like another
It's
monastery.
kind of like a church, but looks like it's like a gothic church. That's what readers will know what we mean. It's castle-y.
Perfect.
um and so that is what he's dealing with, and anyone who has watched Knives Out knows that like there are like themes going on too, like Knives Out or Glass Onion was a lot about excessive wealth and like playing those kind of games, and so this one, it takes on religion, and I will say very fairly, it kind of reminded me of how you and I talked about Heretic,
Oh,
and
okay.
how like that ending is cool because it respects both sides is
Yeah,
almost what I would say.
I agree.
That's what this feels like too. However, it's not shying away from like when religion is used for control, it's bad. Like
Totally.
it's really bad to do that to
Yeah.
people. But like also one of my takeaways when we got back, I was like, I had this conversation with my friend Mackenzie on an episode she was on where we were ranting about people who are like, it's not that deep about like everything in art. And we're like, most of the time it is.
Sure.
And we talked about, I don't know, did you see The Running Man?
Huh, I did.
We were talking about how that one, because both of us felt like it was very heavy handed. Like by the end, it felt like they were screaming like this is about class warfare.
Yeah, totally.
But I really enjoy the action scenes too. And also it's like some of what it made me think when I left was like, that might be the only genre that someone goes and does see that message. So that makes sense. Like that it being heavy handed might be the first time a lot of people still even think about it. So I was kind of like, okay, there's that. And there were a lot of enjoyable parts about it. But our conversation then, because of that, was about like things needing to be heavy, getting
Mhm.
some things being very heavy handed and very overt and very not subtle and
Mhm.
whatever lately. And she's kind of talking about like our nation's sixth grade reading level, like, you know, anyone who listened to knows everything I'm saying leading up to that. Then I saw Wake Up Dead Man like 2 days after we recorded that, and I texted her and I was like, I think one of my takeaways is that some of it feels like villain stroking his mustache
Yeah.
because our reality has gotten to like villain stroking mustache.
Yeah.
So like some of it is, it's not heavy handed to have this pastor figure that is in this church, because that's actually how some pastor figures are acting right
Sure.
now.
Totally.
So that was like the other thing that I thought was amazing about it. But yeah, Josh O'Connor is amazing in it.
He's so good. And I totally hear you. And I think that there's different levels too. And like even with like not having seen Wake Up Dead Man, but I mean, he's always playing, those movies are always playing with the tropes of like the private investigator, like the
Mhm.
Hercule Poirot type figure. And some of those are broader, right? Like some of them
Yeah.
are like mustache twirly. Like it's sometimes an homage also to like the work that like is influencing this thing. And like,
Right.
I'm excited to see it. I am so feral with lust for Josh O'Connor.
Oh,
That
I love
man
him.
is so talented and
He
just like,
is.
he's got such an expressive face.
Yes.
I feel like this podcast today has turned unexpectedly horny on my side, but
That's okay.
George Saunders and Josh O'Connor.
I know. The range. I know. I think I saw an announcement for something Josh O'Connor is going to be in 2026, but I can't remember.
Besides
I
me,
can't remember what it is now. Are you watching Heated Rivalry? I am not,
no, not yet.
just
Not yet.
because I don't really ever watch romance.
Yes,
I
same.
mean, I know it's like darkish romance, but
No, I'm not. I did
know
just start watching
everybody's
Ballard. Do you know that one, or
Hmm,
have you watched? So I don't
no.
often go for like cop procedural shows unless it's like Luther with Idris Elba or something. But like I did actually really like Bosch. That was
Yes, I
on
did too.
Amazon. Yeah, and I liked. I
Oh,
thought it was,
okay.
and so this is a spin-off of Bosch. And part of what I like so much about Bosch is like how well they like show like actual LA. That's not just like
Mm,
Hollywood or the beach, which is kind of like what
yeah,
you usually get. It was like a much like more realistic portrait of the city. But so I
nice.
just started this one, and it's like basically she's the head of a cold case unit in the LAPD, and so she's just looking at cold cases. We got a far afield of what we were talking about, but and it's
Talking about stories.
stories, yeah, and they call it the Library of Lost Souls where they work, which I think is like beautiful and poetic, but like it's a good show too. I'm enjoying it. So far hasn't been too heavy on the propaganda. Actually, isn't critiquing the police a lot, but you know that's always the risk you run with procedurals, where it's like
Totally.
police are the good guy, and you're like, are they? I don't know.
Yeah, don't get me started. Um, what was I gonna say about that? Oh, I have like Slow Horses that I want to watch. That one's like not, I wouldn't say it's police procedural necessarily,
No,
but it
it's
is like
fine.
the what?
I think they're spies, aren't they?
Yes, it's like the spies who basically get kicked out because they're the misfits essentially. And every season is so good. And there was a whole other season that aired. So that's one of my it's procedural adjacent, but it is more spy.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one. And I
Did
haven't
you?
read. I have a couple of McCarran's books that they're based on, but I haven't read them yet. So
I tried. The writing style is very different. And I
I'm
remember
assuming.
someone telling me that, and I thought I could get into it, and I couldn't.
Yeah, yeah. What I'm imagining. So tell me if I'm right or wrong. But like,
Mm-hmm.
there's also a certain. I don't know when those books came out, but I think they're a little bit older.
Oh, that's a good question.
And so I'm wondering if they're going to be like, I've tried to read John Le Carre before, and like he's a great writer, but like, and the reason people read his books are like the detail about the spycraft and stuff. And some part of me is like, yada, 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 like, let's go, let's get to the interpersonal drama a little more than like, these are the thing. And so I'm curious if it's like that or.
It is. I tried it so long ago. So it's like, it's so incredibly detached from everything. And then like, yeah, I tried it like 2 years ago. So it's like, I can't even remember the specific way that it's so different, but you're like so removed. Like, obviously you can do third person, but still feel in the action. And then one of the things was he'll take forever placing the setting and or describing the setting, like so long, but also in this detached way every time you switch scenes. But his storylines, like the plot, is fantastic, which is why I end up loving it on TV. So it's one of those where I just watch the TV show.
Okay, then I'm maybe not going to bump it up on my list.
I struggled with it, but some people love it at the same time. But I remember being like, why can't I like this? And then I was like, you don't have to try to make yourself. There are more books to be read.
There really are.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what else are you looking forward to in 2026?
Oh, yes. So another one that I am very excited for is called Lady X by Molly Fader.
Ooh.
And it comes out on May 5th. The search for a notorious vigilante exposes the secrets among 3 generations of women in this repulsive novel of female resistance and rage, sweeping from contemporary LA to gritty 1970s New York.
Okay. That sounds
Like, this was
great.
written for me and
Yeah,
maybe you.
absolutely.
And the cover is dramatic and black and pink and has like a big X on it.
Love
So when
that.
I saw it on NetGalley, I was like, I've got to check this out. And then I
I
was
love
like, oh,
I'm
yeah, I want to read this.
yeah, love that. That sounds
Hmm.
great.
I'm excited.
My next one actually kind of seems like along those lines. It's called
Mm.
Murder Bimbo by Rebecca Novak.
Ooh.
And it's got black and pink cover with like a American flag dripping blood.
Ooh.
And one description of it is Murder Bimbo is Gone Girl for the Luigi Mangione era. And it's about a sex worker who turns into a political assassin.
We were just talking about how we wanted more books with sex workers as the
Yeah,
main characters. Like, that was one of Gare's tropes that he even picked as like one of his favorites.
somebody heard you.
This sounds so good. That cover is amazing.
The
Everybody
cover
needs
is
to go
great.
look at the
Yeah,
cover. Ooh, it turns into an assassin. Wow. Yeah, those vibes match for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Those like go together.
I'm into
Okay, I'm
it.
gonna have to find that one now too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have been in such a gothic
So
phase. And there's one on May 19th called The Temptation of Charlotte North by Camilla Bruce. The
oh
cover is
yeah.
like so dramatic. I love it. And it says a rebellious young woman desperate to escape her predetermined life joins forces with an unlikely ally, a sinister spirit in this dark gothic fantasy. Be careful what you wish for. It might come true.
Ooh.
This one just sounds, it's another one where I probably won't even read the entire synopsis because I'm like, I will just that's enough for me.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yes.
I'm into
Oh.
that, and I love the gothic too, so that's right up my
Mm-hmm.
alley.
Did you watch Frankenstein?
I did watch Frankenstein. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. I know it's like it ventures from the source material, so I know that was like what some people obviously like struggled with, but I thought it was like it, especially for how long it was, it also didn't feel long. I thought it might feel long,
Mhm.
and I did think it was very beautiful. And then of course
Stunning.
Guillermo is just so fun to listen to
Yeah,
in interviews, so that made me like it even more.
he's incredible. I
Yeah.
did like it. I didn't. I didn't like it more than some of his others, like say Pan's
Mm,
Labyrinth, or one of his early movies is called Kronos, which I really love. It's like a vampire movie set in Mexico. It's amazing. Um,
yeah.
the stunning. I could live in just
Yes.
watching those visuals. I thought everybody acting was
Well, it's
great.
like paintings.
Yes, and I appreciated, like, I don't think it's a spoiler for this because the story is forever, but like
You're right.
I appreciated how much he was really making the point that like of the monsters in this, Frankenstein is the monster. It's not the monster, it's
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
no.
So
Hmm.
I thought that was really well done. I
Yes.
loved the use of color throughout, the reds, the greens, so vibrant. It
Yes.
wasn't a total hit for me, but it was beautiful, and I did like it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was very beautiful, and it was fun watching it with Tyler because to your point that this one like it points out who the problem is.
Pretty quickly.
Um yeah, so but in the first part of it, Tyler's like, "Well, what's going to go so wrong that he gets mad at him?" Cuz you get there's the way this one's structured, you get like a prologue where you're basically like that Frankenstein's monster or creature, however you want to talk about it, is like hunting down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it says his creator. I mean, you go into
Sure.
it knowing if you know the Frankenstein
His
story.
father figure.
So he was like, I don't understand, like, how is this going to go bad?
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I was like, oh, but it gave me the perspective that he was doing it that well, the setup,
Mhm.
that like someone who really was like first experiencing it was like, I don't understand what's going to happen here. And I loved the like record scratch moment again, I don't think these are even big spoilers at all, but at halfway through where basically Jacob Elordi, for lack of knowing to call him a creature or not, like bursts through and is like,
Yes.
he even says something that's basically like, and now it's my turn to tell my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
And
I love
I live for those moments. I really just do.
I thought it was great. I thought Jacob Elordi was great in it.
Oh yeah. And Mia Goth
Mia
is
Goth was wonderful.
so expressive too. She's gorgeous. And
Oscar
I thought it was cool how that was the other thing I did think was cool, how he incorporated hacienda,
Mhm.
like, which was essentially slavery plantations, and there's like also like one other thing that was typically a part of hacienda culture, but I thought it was a cool way to bring that story into it as well.
Totally. Totally. Yeah, I mean, he's a master.
Yeah.
Another person who whatever he puts out, I'm going to watch. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like he's
Yes.
so good. There was something else that's made me think of I was going to mention.
Hmm. I also was lucky enough to be reading I Medusa while the same week I watched it, and I was like, this is my week of who the real monster is.
Absolutely. Okay. So speaking of Gothic and Jacob Elordi,
Mm.
where are we on the Wuthering Heights coming out?
This, and it comes out February, right? It's like Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yeah.
I don't know. Lane cracked me up. I don't think she's posted it yet, but we like did a video with her. Obviously she's like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
But then at the end, she's like, all of that being said, I am totally gonna go and hate watch.
Oh, so
I am so torn. I am the kind of person where I'm like, I shouldn't support this.
oh,
But I'm
I
like,
have
I
a
need to
spicy
go
take
see
about
it.
I mean, okay, here's my spicy take.
Yes.
I think the
thank
thing
you.
that is most egregious that I think Lane is pretty upset about, and I think
Yes.
it's fair, is Heathcliff is not canonically white. And that's
No.
like an important detail.
Mhm.
And I think that is fucked up.
It's a weird choice.
And that said, I am so excited to see this, whether it's a train wreck or it's wonderful. It's
Yes.
going to be something to see. I also can really appreciate what I think Emerald Fennell is maybe doing is
Mhm.
like this book has been adapted a bunch of times. And I
True.
personally don't think it's that easy of a book to adapt because you've got
You're
the
right.
intergenerational thing. They almost always cut off the second generation and just focus on the Heathcliff and Kathy of it all.
Yes.
And then there's also these people are like deeply unlikable. Like this is not a love story that you are like
I know.
I mean, you might be rooting for them or find it romantic, but like they're bad people. And I think that translates much easier in a book than it does on screen.
Yes.
And I think she's
It's
kind
even
of
like Hunger Games feels that way to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you don't even get, you just don't. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, totally. And so I appreciate that from what I've read of her thing about it is like, yeah, this is my interpretation of it. It's not meant to be the definitive or like the only interpretation. It's something else.
Right.
I think it's gonna be berserk, and
I think it's going to be very weird girl lit vibes almost.
Yes,
like
and
all of this like wall licking
the wall
and
licking, the kneading the bread, the like all these things
yeah,
sexual, but somehow create this like really sexual vibe. And
it's
it's
gonna
like
be so vibey.
I think everyone's critiques
And Charlie XCX doing this, there's just layers of like it is going to be unique.
I am positive it's going to be people are going to have a lot of things to say about it, and I think that's all valid. And I'm also like I'm going to
I know it's kind of like you're like I need to have an opinion.
And also just like I'm down, like there was some report that came out which I think this might be bogus, but they were like they did a test screening of it in Texas and people were like so repulsed that they were like it's way too sexual, and I'm like oh, good.
Ooh.
What is that good? Like let's go.
Yeah, of course Texas felt that way too.
I know. They were like they're gonna have to recut it because there were scenes that were like they're like it was too much, and I'm like no, that's the version I want to see.
You're like I will be there. Oh my god, please, this is my other PSA. Can we not be obsessed with saying that people want to watch all their movies at home? Please. Please, to this stupid fucking okay, I won't go all the way into it, but
go.
I know it was like, why can't I think of Ted's last name? The Netflix
Brandos?
dude, yes, was like when it came out that they were going to be buying Warner Brothers and HBO. Then they talked about that he was mentioning how they would have shorter release windows in the theaters, and that alone made me mad. I was like, "Fuck you! Don't say that." Like, I
They're
love going
already
to the
pretty short at
movies.
this point. Like, I mean, I feel like
That's
stuff
a good
stays
point too.
for like 3 weeks at max, unless you're like
Yeah.
Wicked, and just
Well,
chill
and
out
like
and watch
Wake Up
something.
Dead Man though, in this Netflix model, like it was here. It was in one weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's so stupid. Like, I'm so glad that's why, like, we're AMC A-listers. I've talked about this. So you can pretty much go to 3 movies a week, which we don't even do that. But it wasn't in any AMC theater, and I like never go anywhere else. But I was like, I am seeing this one in theaters. I'm not watching it on my TV if I can help it, basically. And so that made me mad to begin with. I was like, stop saying that. Like, be it like, also, like, you could buy, I feel like you can still be the co-CEO or whatever, he's the co-something of Netflix, and and even buy something and still be like, but also we're gonna make money in theaters. Like, is it, I don't feel like you have to be like, people just want to watch movies at home. So that made me mad. And then now Paramount, aka Jared Kushner and Saudi Arabia, are trying to buy it instead. And now, like, these are my two choices right
I
now.
know, I know. Either be Paramount, which is certainly red pilled coded at this point, if not fully just red pilled,
Yes.
and then I'm with you, the Netflix of it all. And I think it's a bummer too. I don't want theaters to go away. I don't
I
want us
don't
to be
either.
like more siloed in our homes
I know.
all the time.
That's also part of why I'm like, you're just gonna have to go ugly cry and see Hamnet.
I know we got it. We have to support these movies.
I know. And even that one is only at one of the AMC movie theaters
Yeah,
here. It's not even at the one closest to us.
yeah,
I'm like, come on.
that's
Come on.
annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Well, I think we've given all kinds of recommendations.
We really have.
2026, stuff you can watch, stuff you can read. George Saunders is going to be hilarious for me forever now.
Now you know. Yes.
Now we know.